Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. This is going to be a very quick and impromptu live stream that I decided to do in response to a couple of messages that I've been receiving from people over the course of this day, starting out with my man, Pretty Fly for a Filipino Guy. He sent me a message. And basically the message that he sent read, many will be disappointed by this article. And my response to him was, people are going to be disappointed in this article, Pretty Fly for a Filipino Guy, if they overpaid for their spec. And what we are talking about is the news that dropped a few hours ago as to who the new Batman would be in DC Future State. And for the last couple of weeks or months, there has been a lot of teases out there for us to basically say where DC is headed with this new future state. There have been these comments that have been made about diversity and about changes that are being made. And a lot of people were speculating that the new Batman would definitely be a person of color based upon what has been said publicly. Many people actually bet that it was going to be Luke Fox, the son of Lucius Fox. And as a result of that belief, I want to show you this on screen. As a result of that belief, this specific book, if I can find it, has actually gone up in value to be $500 FMV at a 9.8, which is really expensive. I actually want to look that up one more time. I lost track of that. I think it was Batwing 19. Batwing 19 is his first appearance. Let me see if I can pull that up. And that is Luke Fox's first appearance is Batwing, issue number 19. That book has an FMV right now at a 9.8 of $500. There have been 5 sales. Let me blow this up for you guys so you can see it. And you can see here what has essentially happened with this book. The recent sales, $504, $650, $375, $374, $419. I mean, this book was doing pretty well there. I mean, even back to the beginning of this year, this was a $500 book. Let's see what it's doing at the lower grade. So you have a 9.6 out of roughly $200, which isn't terrible. 9.4 right there for $250. Against the FMV of $180. But there were a lot of people, again, including myself, because just the other night someone asked me this question and I actually gave a response. And my response was Luke Fox, because I was playing into what was believed to be the common thought at the moment. And about 4 hours ago, we received some news. And it's not often that we get to talk about comics in the New York Times, but that's actually the article that I'm going to share with you right now. The New York Times basically said that under the mask, the next Batman will be black. Well, that's not really the shocker, because we all knew that. But John Ridley, who is one of the people that I was talking about, has been kind of saying publicly that this was going to be a black character. What we found out today, a few hours ago, is that it won't be Luke Fox. It will be Tim Fox, the other son of Lucius Fox. And you can actually get a look at him on the cover right here of one of the DC Future State comics. That is Future State, the next Batman, issue number 2 right there. It is a pretty nice looking cover, to be honest with you. I don't know who the artist is on that, but that is not a bad looking cover. And I want to scroll down here, and it says here, the fans of DC Comics have been told for months that the new Batman will premiere in January. True. They were also teased that underneath the costume underneath the costume of the new Cape Crusader would be a person of color. True. The identity of the new hero was revealed on Thursday when DC released the cover of the second issue of the comic. He is Tim Fox, one of the sons of Lucius Fox. And so, yeah, I think that a lot of people are like, well, that's not what I was hoping for. But for those that don't know, right? For those that don't know, Tim Fox's first appearance was actually in Batman issue number 113 back in 1979. And let's go over real quick and take a look at how that book is actually performing in contrast to what we just saw with Batwing issue number 19, which is his brother's first appearance. So let's go ahead and look at that. And basically what we see here is at a 9.8, this book has no FMV. Let's blow it up here real quick. And you can see that at a 9.8, there have been sales last year, 1/21/2019 of $65. The year before that, $158. Not a whole lot of activity for this specific book. Let me actually blow this up because you guys may not have even seen this cover before. Let me make sure that you guys can actually see that. Yes, and you can. This is the cover of the book in which the new Batman had his origin, right? Or had his first appearance, Batman issue number 313. And so you guys may actually have these books in your collection. I am personally going to be headed to storage to see if I can actually find this book in my collection. Because I'll be honest with you, I thought, again, conventional knowledge was that Luke Fox was going to be the new Batman. And I went to storage looking for Batwing issue number 19. I couldn't find it. And I was mad. I jumped online. I started looking at the prices and I was mad again. And I was like, I'm not going to jump in those waters. I'm not going to catch that brick. And I'm actually very pleased that I did not buy this book because now we know that it's his brother, the other one, that is going to be the new Batman. So let me head over to the chat because I haven't even checked the chat yet. Let me head back there. Let me take this off screen and let me look at the chat to see what's going on in here. Scrolling through Idris Elba. There you go, Joker. Joker's like Idris Elba. Everybody loves some Idris, man. He plays some fantastic roles, man. Ever since The Wire, I've been a fan of that dude. Timothy says, love that name. Tim got a ring to it. Imagine a guy named Tim being supportive of another guy named Tim. Imagine that. It's good to see you, brother. Geek in here. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you, my man, Jerry. Connie, how you doing? My man, Matt Woods, he says, so many great Batman books from the 70s. These are facts, my friend. These are facts. Harvey, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Pretty Fly. Here we go. This dude right here is on it. He is on it. He's been giving me occasional updates on some other things that are actually happening out there. Today, I believe, is the Disney Investor Day presentations. And there may be some more news that gets revealed as a result of Pretty Fly, I think, actually listening to that webcast right now. So keep me posted, brother. I definitely appreciate that. Let me see. I'm not mad. Future State will only be 2 months. It's actually only 2 months. But the thing is that some of these Batman characters will live on. And here's my general feeling. My general feeling is that if these characters tend to be popular during that time period, then there is the potential that those characters will carry over into the future. And so time will tell. The guy that's writing this thing, what is his name? Ridley Scott? Is that his name? Yeah, John Ridley. He actually wrote the other side of DC, and it was pretty good. I mean, I will tell you, it was not a bad book. It was a long book, as you've heard me say before, but it was not a bad book. And so hopefully the next Batman won't be as dense a read as what that book was. So we will see. Harvey says, Regie, I don't know about that, brother. It's actually not a bad idea, Harvey. It's not a bad idea, brother. What is this? Timothy says, listening to both Regie and the DC investors meeting, going live again for the aftermath. I don't know, brother. I need to actually listen. I haven't listened. I've been like doing all kinds of other stuff, actually for work. So I may have to take a listen if I can find some time over here, if I get a second. So I'm going through some of the comments here. Let me see. Scrolling through some of this stuff. Kimball over there talking about his soul sister. Let me see. I'm scrolling through the comments. So again, I just wanted to kind of share this news with you guys. You all may have heard this news earlier, but it was in my Instagram box, and so I wanted to go ahead and make mention of it. I was actually looking for another message here because, and I cannot remember for the life of me, somebody sent me an email earlier, and one of the questions that they asked, and I thought it was a little bit of a provocative question. I fired back a response, and I haven't seen a response come back to me. But what they were basically asking was, which will be considered the first cover appearance of Tim Fox? I think that was the gist of the question. And supposedly there is a cover out there from Frankie's Comics. And now we have the next Batman issue #2. So the person's question is, which of these books will be considered Tim's first cover appearance? And part of me said that, and I'm hoping I'm butchering this, but what I responded back was that the market, to some degree or another, had decided that even though Frankie's Comics had a null appearance first, the market has decided that the variant that was released from Marvel directly was indeed the first cover appearance. And if you look at the values of those books at a 9.8, I want to say the Marvel cover appearance is like $500 and the Frankie's Comics is like $150. And so in my head, if the market is consistent, the market should treat these next two books the same way. It should reward, if you will, this cover right here. Let me see if I can share that one more time with you guys so that you can actually see it. It would reward this cover right here, the DC Future State Next Batman issue #2 over the Frankie's Comics, even if Frankie's Comics comes out first, because this is the one that is coming out by DC. So we will see. We will see whether the market is actually consistent or whether they do something a little bit different. And we all know that the market does what the market does. I wish I could find that message. That way I can actually give this person credit. But I wasn't able to find it very quickly. So let me go back to the comments real quick. Let me look. You guys are going back. DC Dude says great cover. I would agree. I actually think that's a pretty cool cover. I'm kind of digging that, man. And I told you guys before that, I'm keeping an open mind with this DC Future State, and I will probably be picking up this next Batman. I will probably pick this up and give this a read because I'm interested. I'm interested in what this will actually look like. Master Blaster, Yellow Label Hunt, Yellow Ocean Waters are warm. So you're so nasty. Oh my goodness. Will this hurt the sales for the next Batman? Wait a minute. I may have missed the first part of that question, brother. You may have to help me out because I may have missed that one. Scrolling through, is this my 4th live stream? Is it? Oh, I guess Sunday I did one, and then I did yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I lose track, man. I get on when the mood strikes me. If the mood doesn't strike me, I just stay away from it. So let me scroll down. Gimble's like, I didn't even know Lucius had kids. Yeah, man. There's actually a comic. Let me see if I can find it real quick. There is actually a Fox family key. So if you go back to Batman 307, that is the first appearance of Lucius Fox right there. There's Tiffany Fox in Batman 307. This is the daughter of Lucius Fox, who becomes Batgirl in Future's End reality. There is Red Robin issue #3, which is the first appearance of Tam Fox, the daughter of Lucius Fox. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Lucius Fox is getting busy. I mean, he has a lot of kids. And then there's Tiffany Fox and New 52 Future's End, where Tiffany Fox becomes the new Batgirl. So he has 2 daughters, Tam and Tiffany. And then there is Luke and Tim. So there you go. Lucius Fox with his 4 kids. There you go. Now we all know what's going on. How you doing? Miss Gomez, it is good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Let me see. Scrolling through some of the comments here. Juggernaut had a comment here. He says, "Hey Reggie, thanks for the collab with Very Gary. Still got to watch it, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Let me take this off the screen. Yesterday was my first time, honestly, having a conversation with Very Gary. Like, we've exchanged a text message or two here or there, but I sent him a message and I was like, hey, would you like to come on the show? There was no pause. He was like, yep. And I told him what I was interested in having him do. And he was like, let's do it. So we ended up doing it. And that live stream yesterday was really the first time that we had a conversation. And I honestly enjoyed every single moment of it. When I finished the live stream, I went upstairs, I found my wife, and I said to her, I see why people, because if you look at my analytics for my channel, it tells me who my audience listens to besides me. And very often, Very Gary's name actually appears there. It appears a fair bit. And my comment to my wife was, I see why that's the case, right? Because I think that we have similar temperaments. I think we look at things from like from a logical, level-headed type of standpoint. And so I think I can understand why people watch him and why people watch me and why there's such an overlap between the two. So, and the other part of it is I honestly just enjoyed the conversation. For me, if I can have an interview with somebody and I walk away having felt like it was a fun time spent, then that's a good interview to me. And also if there's a lot of good information that comes out, which of course there was yesterday. So if you guys haven't yet had a chance to check out Comics Today, I definitely want to encourage you guys to check it out because Very Gary was a fantastic guest on the show. So you definitely want to check that out. If you're on Instagram, you definitely want to check me out because I'm actually doing a giveaway of a couple of really cool books. We're doing a couple of Walmart exclusive variants, as well as a nice copy of Darkhawk issue #1. And if you head over to the Instagram page, you can get all the details there. And really, it is follow my Instagram page, tag 2 friends. That's essentially the gist of it. So it's a relatively low hurdle for people to be able to get over. So what is this? Wait, you know that we want, yeah. I know. Yes, I do know. Yes, I do know. Thank you, Eternal Thunder. You know what was crazy, man? What was crazy? Batman 313 is now going up. The price is going up, which I'm not surprised about. As the news continues to spread, I think that we are going to definitely see that price start to move again. So, you know, the topic actually hit me, honestly, when I was washing dishes. You know, I listened to this thing the other day. It was this executive from Disney that did a thing for my company. And he was basically talking about, isn't it interesting that the best ideas hit you when you're doing mundane things, like taking a shower or driving? And he says, if you're a creative person or you want to be more creative or you want to innovate, then you have to be able to create these opportunities more often for yourself in order to have this these epiphanies that come. And so his thing was, you have to find a way to put yourself in that vein. And so for me, washing dishes, vacuuming, driving, sometimes working out, those are the types of activities that allow my mind to be creative. And the idea popped into my head to have Very Gary come on to talk about buying collections while I was washing dishes. And so I'm glad that people enjoyed that live stream because, again, I actually enjoyed it. Joey, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. Jack, thanks for stopping by, brother. Definitely appreciate that. Live by the spec, die by the spec. There you go. Brandon, this is what I was saying. Pretty Fly for a Filipino guy sent me a message, and he said he sent me that article, this article from the New York Times, and he said people are going to be very upset about this article. And my response to him was, the only people that are going to be upset about this article is if they went out and bought the Batwing issue #19. That's where people are going to be upset. And what you guys may have missed if you came in a little late, we now know that the other son of Lucius Fox is going to be the next Batman, that being Tim Fox, not his brother Luke Fox. So Luke Fox appeared in Batwing issue #19. That book at a 9.8 is currently sitting at an FMV of $500. Now contrast that to the new Batman, the actual next Batman, and that will be Batman issue 313. That book doesn't even have an FMV. It is going for well below $100 right now. There are very few sales of this book. There are no sales in 2020, very few sales in 2019, very few sales in 2018. And I think we just heard from somebody that the price of the book is actually going up. I'm guessing that they are on the eBay machine right now looking it up. But real quick, before I get ready to wrap this thing up, this is the book right here. This is Batman issue 313. This is the first appearance of Tim Fox, the next Batman. And you can see here, no sales for 2020. The last sale was in January of 2019. This is data from Go Collect right there. And you can see sales south of $65 or south of $100, I should probably say. So there you go. That is the news. That is the news that I wanted to provide you guys. And again, shout out to Pretty Fly for a Filipino guy for keeping me in the informed position that I am in right now. With that, I'm going to wrap this up. If you guys enjoyed this live stream, I definitely want to encourage you to hit the thumbs up. And if it gets posted and you want to come back and post up a comment, that too is also going to be appreciated. If you need to reach out to me, feel free to do that on Instagram at Regie Collects. Take care.